The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, in with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing terrific today. We have Corey Smirkowski, sales rep with Kintner Homes. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many experienced realtors who've been listing, selling, appraising real estate for 55-plus years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab and get a live view of Dunmore Corners 24/7. You never know what you're going to see. That's the truth.
Right?
You never know.
You never know. It's better. It's reality TV.
Yeah, we've seen some funky things, yeah.
View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com. That's jruddy.com, where we also have all the podcast apps that we feature this radio show on. And check us out on social media. Corey Smirkowski, sales rep with Kintner Homes. Can you tell me about you and Kintner Homes, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Been with Kintner's for my sixth year with them. We operate out of Tunkhannock. We've been in business since 1972, dealing primarily in modular homes. We are a builder, which means we can handle any aspect of a project that you need for mostly residential homes, from excavation permits, plumbing, well, septic, that kind of stuff as well. We carry our customers all the way through the process, try to make it easy. And that's what we do. Your
main location, your original location where you are is Tunkhannock, correct?
Yes.
And you opened up a second location just a couple of years back.
Yeah, actually last year we opened up a second location in Honesdale on Route 6. We basically operate together, so you'll be dealing with many of the same people, but we do have a separate sales office up there with two staff, 3 model homes, and we're getting a 4th one next week, which should be ready sometime in a couple of months.
All right, good. So you do primarily single-family units, residential units. Do you do multis?
We can, yes.
So up to how many units?
As many.
Really?
As many as you can put together, they could do. It's a big Lego thing.
Exactly.
It's like Lego. They come in with a crane, and how high can you stack them?
Exactly. And the most recent project that we did was around 70 units. But I would say primarily we do single family with that aspect as a bonus.
Okay, so where do you travel outside of our area, upstate New York? Where do you go? How far do you go?
Well, we say we go within 2 hours of our office in Tunkhannock.
All right.
2 hours driving? Flying?
Yes, any radius within 2 hours. So that puts us, somewhat in the southern part of New York, the eastern part of Pennsylvania, down south, Allentown area, out west. So we do travel.
But you don't go to Jersey.
We don't go to Jersey.
It doesn't have anything to do with the drivers in New Jersey, does it?
No.
When you're transporting, right?
Jackie says I can always tell how close we're getting to New York by how close you get to the car in front of you. As if we get closer to New York, I close the space so I can't get cut off.
But Jersey drivers they're in a class all by their own, and I'm just going to take it for whatever that's worth, okay? We're just going to leave it there.
Oh, look, the phone lines are lighting up.
No. They're a special kind of driver. Now, Corey, back to modular homes. You often hear them referred to as what? Prefab? Do you hear that?
There's a bunch of terms that get thrown around.
What aren't they? What are they?
I know what they're not.
Yeah, they're not mobile.
They're not mobile homes. One term is industrialized. Modular is a term that we embrace. We really stand by the quality of the term modular. We always say, these things have to get down the highway 80 miles an hour. So they're built to the same, if not exceeding, site-built homes. Same specs, same local building codes. They are not mobile homes. They are permanent structures on permanent foundations, meant to be, last forever.
So there is a perception gap, and you just touched on it. Like, there's still a stigma. As much as your industry has evolved and changed over the years, modular still makes people picture something of less quality. Wouldn't you say?
I believe that's why we try to educate as much as we can. The biggest selling point of a modular would be that it's built in a climate-controlled factory. All the inspections happen as it's going through the process. Materials don't get wet. They're not sitting there for, a month getting rained on before we can get to that point where you can put the materials together. And it all is sent to one location. So the materials, the logistics of getting them there kind of offer a cost benefit to the customers that build these. But yeah, we're very happy with our quality. And we stand by that. I think modular has come a long way. And I think it's continuing to, push into new territories, as you guys talked about, multi-unit and some commercialized projects. I think you're going to see a lot more modular. But that's why we're out here trying to educate people and let them know that there is no quality gap, especially when you build with Kittner.
I love when they're building a home, like you were just saying, and they build it, they frame it, they put the plywood on it, and then they disappear. And then all of that stuff is exposed for 2 or 3 months. Rain.
Months.
How do you put his floor down on plywood that's
warped?
That's warped. How do you do that?
Well, they do.
Well, I know they do, but it's not a good thing.
And that's one of the things now, as you guys probably see in your business, energy codes, insulation, they're buttoning these structures up super tight. So if they do get wet and, you're on a site-built situation, things get wet and they get buttoned up, insulated, moisture has nowhere to go. It's in there.
Right.
They stay wet.
Yep.
So, a lot of builders have a lot of different projects going on at the same time, and they can't be everywhere at one time. So, it happens. Just naturally, it happens. And then the weather does predict.
The weather screws these builders up. It's dependent on the weather. You guys, it's not dependent on the weather. They just did something in Dunmore with the modular, the prefab, whatever we're calling them. And it was within a week, all the units, there's like a half a dozen or 6 or 10 units. The building just magically appeared.
Yeah.
They had the foundation. They put the foundation down. Then the crane came in, and they're beautiful. I could never tell by looking at these that they were built someplace else and just put in. Even down in Breezy, where we used to live, after Hurricane Sandy, they were coming in with beautiful, beautiful 2-story homes they'd be up in a week.
Yeah, and that's the exciting part for the customers when they build a home with us is, we have a lot of lead time and getting materials there, getting a spot on the line to get built. But within about a 2 to 3 week time frame, the physical site location will see the excavation happen, the basement walls go in, which are modularized as well. And then after the modular, the panels go in for the basement, the house gets set. So within, let's call it 2 weeks, you go from nothing to a house sitting on a wall. There are still things to be done after that point. There's still power to get hooked up.
Yeah.
There's still, definitely other aspects that hold us up. But yeah, it's pretty impressive to watch.
So it doesn't have to be on a slab. You can do a basement. Or probably everything you do up here has got a basement, right?
Yep. Primarily we use, I would say, and I'm just throwing out stuff here, but 90% we do a full 8-foot, 9-foot, 10-foot basement with superior walls, which is a great product. They go in very fast. We can also do crawl spaces. And those would be the 2 types that we could do.
10-foot ceilings in your basement. Can you imagine that?
Well, what people don't understand either is that the modular industry has also had the benefit of architects, professional people, architects, engineers, designers. These are all people that influence what's happening in the modular industry. Definite benefit. And I used to be able to tell back when I started real estate, and we're going on what now?
5 years ago?
Yeah, right. Well, I like to think it's 5 years, but it's 33. Years ago, I could tell. You just pull up, you drive by, you could tell. Now you can't.
Right.
It's been so transformed and revolutionized. It's just amazing.
Yep, and we can do really amazing things from a design aspect. One of the things that we offer is we can pretty much do any modular floor plan or design you find anywhere. We can usually recreate it, but you can do different boxes. You can have, it's not just a rectangle.
Right. It was always a rectangle. Yeah.
And they do panelization. They do different things. Like you said, it's really amazing that, we call it curb appeal, but we can make them as fancy as you want to go with it.
Right. It's a wonderful thing. And so the timing when somebody wants a new house is more controlled. They have a little bit more control over this than a stick-built home.
Yes. Yep. The timing, we would like it to be faster as it is, but there are some reasons for that. But,
someone has land. Say they already have the land, they purchased it. Now they just they go to Kintner and they want to do a custom home.
Typically, we're at 8 to 10 months from contract to move in. I would say right now that's a bit extended. There's various factors for that. But I would say, it's a very quick process in general, but it's just getting your spot in line.
Yeah. Okay. Things have to line up.
Yeah, and we've been so fortunate that we're very busy, which is awesome. But we are actually closing out 26 right now. So a lot of times people think, when I'm ready or when I'm ready to break ground, I would tell you come in, give us a call, get that ball rolling early because there is a process to the planning stage and getting out to the site to seeing that.
Permits and all of the stuff that people don't realize go into it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the permit process has gotten a little bit extended. Everything's just getting a little extended. But
a lot of red tape in the world.
Yeah. The nice thing is, though, if you come see us, we'll give you all the information that we can. You can stop up and walk through our models. We'll go out and look at it, and we can have basically a complete game plan in place for when you're ready to basically pull the trigger and build.
And if you choose a model as opposed to doing some customization floor plans, would it be a little bit sooner? Could it be?
The thing about us is we very rarely don't have any customization. Almost every one of our builds has some level of customization,
all right.
Which is good. But there's a process to it. Even down to picking a model, you're still going to spend some time with us with your options, even with just picking colors, your cabinets, your countertops, flooring. All that would be still on the table to be picked without any upgrades.
All right. So we talked about the factory and how that's an advantage. Things are built in a controlled environment. And you are the dealer. So you are not the factory.
We are the builder.
Okay.
So we deal with multiple factories, but as the builder, we handle basically as a general contractor for the site. So there's excavation involved, the foundation that would be separate, water source or wells, public sewers or a septic system. We do decks, porches, garages, HVAC upgrades. All of that would fall on us.
Landscaping.
We can offer that.
Yeah. Okay.
So garages, so if I wanted a garage, you could just come in and if I had the pad, you could put it down?
Yeah, we do the garages.
I got a big backyard.
We do garages. We build them typically on site.
On site, okay.
Sometimes we modularize them. Just depends on the situation and what works best.
Yeah, garages are very straightforward.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a savings? Is it, in terms of a stick-built versus modular? What would you say the real advantage to the financial way of looking at this?
I get asked this from time to time. I don't build site-built homes, so I don't quite know what they cost, to be honest with you. The savings comes in materials going to one location, buying power for those materials, logistics, controlled costs for shipping them there. All the inspections take place in the factory. Everything happening kind of in coordinated effort would be where the cost benefit is. But I just believe in the process itself, that I think it's a superior way to build a home. So
even if it's the same,
right,
or slightly more, it's worth it. What you're saying.
That's what I believe.
Okay. Well, you're with Kintner Homes. You have to believe it, right? Yep. So that's part of this. Corey Smirkowski, sales rep with Kintner Homes. How does someone get in touch with Kintner, please?
You can give us a call. Our website's kmhi.com. My number is 570-996-8275. My email is Corey, Corey, at kmhi.com. You can stop in. As I said earlier, we have 7 model homes in Tunkhannock to tour. We have 3 in Honesdale. And one of the things about our company that I really like and why I like working there is a real family atmosphere, very relaxed. A lot of times people walk in and say, I thought I was walking into somebody's house because things are so relaxed and everybody's ready to...
No high-pressured sales?
No, we don't believe in that.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it works for us. So
Yeah. Well, people have to feel comfortable.
yes, absolutely.
But there's nothing like a showroom for modular homes. It's one thing to look at it on paper, but to go and walk in and say, oh, this is the one I want. I mean, that's unbelievable. Where else are you going to get to walk into a model? And then you can alter it and get it any way you want.
Yep. Yeah. And I might have mentioned this earlier, but very rarely does somebody walk in and say, give me that model exactly as it is. There's always going to be some customization.
That used to be the way it was years ago. And I believe there might be 1 or 2 of those located out there. Didn't you, before you came up here to Pennsylvania, Pat, go looking at some homes that were like, they had their different names?
They used to have it up on the Scranton-Carbondale Highway, all of those.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
I forget the name of it. They had a catchy jingle. I forget the name of it.
That's what you got.
That's what you got.
You might be able to change colors, but you really couldn't do much else, right?
Yeah, and there's no flat necessarily design fee or modification fees or anything. We're pretty transparent with our pricing, and we just basically price out what we're building for you. And then at the end, there's a number at the bottom, and that's what the number is.
Right. Good. And you're always like spot on, close, very close?
Yeah, we don't like surprises just as much as anybody else.
You know, I feel like that happens with
Builders
stick-built. All the time.
Yep. Yeah, we try to make sure that we have everything accounted for before we sign the contract.
I think that's a major benefit also.
Yep. Now, I'm not going to say that things don't change or, even opinions don't change or something like that. But for the most part, we try to have a bottom line number. And you need that for many people that are getting construction loans and going through a bank. They can't have an open-ended number. Right.
Good point. Pat, would you like to review a listing, please?
Yes, we have a commercial property. It's a garage and apartments at 619-621 Mineral Avenue in Scranton for $399,000. This is an operating commercial garage, and it's got 2 bays. In one bay, it's got an automobile lift. The garage includes an office and a bathroom. There's also a detached aluminum garage that holds 4 cars. Also attached to the building are 2 residential apartments. One is a 1-bedroom and the other is a 2-bedroom. All the units are rented. That's a commercial garage and apartments at 619-621 Mineral Avenue in Scranton for $399,000. And that's listed by Jim Gilhooly of our office.
Thank you, Pat. Tired of all that junk piling up, running out of space, or you moving to a new place? Cat & Brothers, our special sponsor this week, handles it all. For over 90 years, they've been a family-owned and operated company that you can trust, helping home and businesses with reliable, stress-free service. They handle everything: moving, storage, junk removal, quickly, efficiently, and done right on time. No hassle, no headaches, just results. So whether you're cleaning out, moving out, or just need more room, call Cat & Brothers Moving and Storage today at 1-800-553-6683. That's 1-800-553-6683. Cat & Brothers, one call handles it all. Time for a short break. We'll be right back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker.
Home. It's more than just walls and a roof. It's where laughter echoes, where memories are made, and where life truly happens. At Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, we know that finding the right home isn't just about real estate. It's about finding your place in the world. With trusted agents, unmatched experience, and a commitment to your dreams, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Because at Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, we're not just selling houses, we're delivering the joy of home. Find your perfect home today. Call 570-344-6724 or go to jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com. Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Dream big. Move boldly. Each Century 21 office is independently owned and operated.
We're back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, in with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
With Corey Smirkowski, sales rep with Kintner Homes. We're having a great discussion with you today, Corey, but before we dive back in, I want to welcome back to our office Tom Pawlowski. Tom has been a licensed realtor since 2019. He is a lifelong resident of Dunmore. He and his wife, Melissa, have 3 children, Emily, Megan, and Thomas. Tom has a Bachelor's of Science degree in accounting from Marywood University. He has also had a passion for real estate and has restored and renovated many homes in the area. Tom decided to become a realtor in order to use his extensive knowledge in real estate and construction to help others in their home buying and selling needs. Tom looks forward to helping and serving the real estate needs of others in his community and surrounding communities. Give Tom Pawlowski a call at 570-241-6697 or visit tompawlowski.com. Okay, Corey Smirkowski, sales rep with Kintner Homes. Right before the break, we were starting to talk about the money conversation, stick-built versus modular. And since you don't build stick-built homes, you shy away from quoting any prices there, but you feel that the modular home's very competitive.
I do. As a matter of fact, we talked about terminology, which gets kind of mixed in there. We are modular homes. Site built is the term that we would use for anything that happens on site for construction. But as far as the building process goes in the factory, it's a stick-built house. They frame them out the same way. They go through the factory and get their inspections as they're moving along the line. So there really isn't much difference other than the materials that are used and some extra, I'd say, bracing, beefing up for transportation that we would put in there. So really it's comparable finished product, just the terminology that gets used.
I've seen some stick-built homes close to us where it was questionable. Let's just say what was going on. And I know
the support beam is going the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, come on. You can't
not
see it
going the right way.
You can't see it when the siding is up. So what the hell? What's the difference? You know what I mean? But
someday that's going to fall into the backyard.
Yeah, but that's a story for another day. That's another show. But you guys have a design laid out. I'm sure it's probably on the floor. This is where everything goes. Everything's measured. It's inspected. It's to spec. And it's who inspects it? You guys inspect it in the factory, or does it have to be inspected again on site by the locality?
Both. Okay. So the nice thing is peace of mind for the customer when they're building a new home. It's overwhelming. But when you don't know what to look for, most average people don't know exactly what to look for and how to go through that process. Everything that goes through the factory is inspected by a third party. Engineered prints, stamped prints are reviewed and approved beforehand. The inspections take place as it's going through there. Once it gets to the site, there's local inspections that happen as they're required. Our team handles that, works with the inspectors until you reach the final point of the certificate of occupancy, the final inspection. So they're heavily scrutinized through design phase. Like I said, there's engineered prints that get approved by a third party. There's third-party inspections that happen throughout the entire process, which gives peace of mind to anybody who's building a new home and wondering what to look for as far as structural and all that stuff.
Okay, so from the time you guys come and put the house on site, say you put 2 or 3 pieces together, how long does it take for it to be completed from the time you do that? Because I know there's stuff you have to do inside.
It's so tough to give a time frame.
It depends. Wait. It's the mortgage question.
No.
What's the mortgage rate? Well, it depends.
I know a lot of attorneys that say it depends.
And I hate to do that.
No, but it's...
no, you have to.
But I would give you a realistic view of what that looks like. So the house arrives, is a big, exciting day. The house comes in on carriers. The crane is set up and cranes it onto the foundation. Mm-hmm. When our set crew leaves, when they leave, it's buttoned up weather tight. So after that, we actually have to pour the concrete for the basement floor. Our electrician has to come in and wire everything.
You pour the floor after the building is in place?
Yep. That wall system That's how it's designed.
Okay.
So we pour the floor. The electrician comes in. All the wires are coiled up underneath. He wires everything up to the panel box, gets everything done for electrical inspection for the electrical company. The plumbing does the same thing. It's all stubbed through the floor. So there's a lot of work that happens underneath it.
Well, let me tell you something. I've seen some houses, I think the plumber did the electrical. And all right, I'm sorry. I don't need to.
No, it's not with us, at least.
Okay, no, it wasn't you guys.
So, yeah, they have to get the inspections. The plumber goes through and gets the plumbing done, basement steps. Everybody needs some sort of deck porch, so we have to build that. If there's a garage, we would have to do that. If there's an upgraded HVAC system, we prefer to do those on site. So there's some steps involved after the set that are a little out of our control. And the other thing is inspections. We are at the mercy of the inspectors and the power companies and those types of things that they want to get it set up as quick as possible, but we can't push them.
But the important thing is you're buttoned up and you're safe and you're protected from the weather.
Yes. Yep. That's part of the set process.
A lot of these communities use, for inspectors to sign off, they have professional companies that's all they do, right?
Yep. Yeah. And we, fortunately, for working in volume in this area, and as long as we have, we are familiar with most of those agencies and work with them. And it's a constant learning experience. Things change all the time.
Sure.
New codes get adopted.
Yes.
So it's not set. You're always continuing to learn and what the new codes are and why, and making sure everything's compliant.
Yeah, sure. And, as a realtor that sells older homes, 50, 60, 70, 80, even 100-year homes, the three words that are the bane of our existence is up to code. Do you know how many times that causes so much anguish and anxiety and grief in a transaction? But it does. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are codes for new construction, but when our home inspectors use that word, that a house that's 100 years old is not up to code.
It's 100 years old.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yep.
Okay. So for your purposes, I see what you're saying. You have to be up to code.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't. People say that, and there's no way we could build anything that wouldn't be, because it wouldn't be able to leave the factory.
Right. Someone has to sign off on it. Yeah.
It's gotta
Okay.
be safe.
So we talked about the timing of it, and so it's really good if somebody has land before they meet with you, correct?
Not necessarily. I might have been telling you this earlier. A lot of people's first phone call, and I tell them, find land, we'll take care of the rest. So if you have land or don't have land, we will still
You'll still talk to them.
Yes.
But to make the process a little bit more efficient.
Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of people that say, hey, I'm looking at a piece of property or whatever, and we can even work with their agent or whoever to have our field guys go out and look at the site before they even buy it to tell them what's possible.
Sure. Setbacks.
Setbacks. We have a process. We have a site visit process, but we also work with a surveyor who does a preliminary look for setbacks, flood zone, floodplains, highway occupancy, all that stuff ahead of time. So we can work with them at the property they're looking for to tell them what is possible on that property.
Yeah, good. Corey Smirkowski, sales rep with Kintner Homes. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
You can go to our website, kmhi.com. You can email me. My email is corey@kmhi.com. Give me a call, 570-996-8275. Or you can stop in Tunkhannock location. We have 2 salespeople, myself and Dennis. And the Honesdale location has a salesperson, Brittany. So
fabulous. Will you come back next week?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. Pat?
Yes, we have a beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath home at 617 Hickory Street in Scranton for $230,000. This lovely home, it's got a newer roof, it's got modern updates, new laminate flooring. This home sits on a corner lot of 40 by 160. It's got a fenced-in yard. It's got a large, heated, detached 3-car garage. It's got a concrete driveway leading to a carport, and it's got plenty of off-street parking. This 1,400 square foot 2-story home has the possibility of adding a 3rd bedroom. That's a beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath home at 617 Hickory Street in Scranton for $230,000, and that's listed by Joanne Rosino of our office.
Thank you, Pat. Don't forget to join us next weekend, Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. for more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate at 94.3 FM The Talker.